Hmm. What is the 53rd card? What is the 53rd card? I mean, we kind of already knew, but we got to have that build up of dramatic suspense. Like when we said last week, things are going to get more intense. We weren't kidding.
Yeah, did I miss something?
Apparently not.
Did I miss something here?
Apparently not.
Because the last two episodes that we had left off on was a battle between two cities. A Romeo and Juliet dynasty battle over Taiyaki.
Yeah.
And then it's like
the Tyaculets and the Monty Yakis.
The Monte Cristos.
Montagues.
Well, yeah, but I prefer the sandwich. Yeah, what I had to readjust myself, and I'm like, okay, what exactly did we just walk into? You know, I was kind of confused because I'm like, okay, the last time we left off was, yes, so there's this whole thing going on within the group dynamic of like Tachibana looking into more about board and what the whole reason behind the rider system is. Ken is just trying to keep everyone together and also be the hero that we don't deserve, while Mitsuki
is being basically Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3.
No joke, because it's like, okay, so again, 8 episodes ago, we had this whole story arc of building on Mitsuki, and Mitsuki about like overcoming like the Willem Dafoe, the Spider-Man 3 Eric Foreman symbiote type of, yeah, I went there.
Foreman.
Yeah, I went there. Foreplay. Good. Seriously, who said Eric Foreman, of all people, Topher Grace, was Eddie Brock? Are you higher? Look, obviously Sam Raimi was high, but that's neither here nor there. But the fact is that Mitsuki went through all that, and he's like, I'm good. He's like, I'm good. I'm totally good. I promise you, I'm good. You
but
got it.
He's not.
But then it's like he's not. It's like again, it reminded me of like someone that I once knew in my early days of college, where great guy, great kid, but then one day I was like, I made a joke, and I was just like, yeah, I swear, isn't it kind of like, because we were just talking about how, like, because he was one of those people that was like, he didn't go by the norms of what society or any society expected of us. Like, if you were a goth, or if you were like whatever you were, like, you didn't fall under the stereotype, right? You didn't do that. You kind of just did your own thing, and that's a page that I have always lived by. It's like, yeah, I'm not wearing the guy liner. I'm not looking like the Crow. I'm not like wearing all black and whatnot and, whatever, because that time has passed, or that time never came, so I'm not going to do it now. Like, I'm almost in my damn 40s,
Yeah.
Even though this face
doesn't
look like a 40.
Yeah. It's like I only crow up like on special occasions.
But regardless, again, you think, and then the next day, he shows up looking like the guy from Grandma's Boy.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing what Mitsuki did. It's like, wait, plaid shirt, jeans, all right, cool. And then it's like he shows up the next day, combat boots, tight black pants, a tight black shirt, a freaking pleather like and glasses, and his hair slicked back, and You know, and I'm just like, that's Mitsuki. I'm like, what the dude, did you fall into the bargain bin at the Hot Topic or something? What happened?
Apparently he did.
What the fuck happened?
It's
like,
look, I'm just gonna say my favorite line from Tokyo Ghoul in 5 minutes. My name's not Kaneki anymore. It's Kaneji now. Now I'm gonna go hang out with the people who kidnapped me. What? That doesn't make sense. I bet it does in the manga.
Yeah, I've actually read it. Mm-hmm. This is why reading is fundamental, kids. You have no idea why Kaneki actually like why. But he got Stockholm syndrome. What? Why?
That's how it came off.
There actually is a reason. There actually is a reason.
And the transitions only get more awkward when you get into that third season. And that fourth season. Look, I didn't even finish. I didn't even finish that fourth season. 2 episodes in, I'm like, okay, I can't.
We don't talk about that. It's just like most era in a young goth's life. It's like, you know, oh, you don't talk about your early days in your child, bitch. Let's not talk about your days when you try to like impersonate like, you know, like the Crow, and you're darker than night. How much paint did you have to put on your face that like to actually get that solid white look? It looked like, seriously, Kim Kardashian would look at you and say, God damn, how much makeup you got on. Anyway, but yeah, I'm like, Mitsuki, what happened to you, kid? See, some people reached out to me. It's like, you know, when you talked about like how you were disappointed with Michi and Gaim, and then it's like Mitsuki is doing the exact same thing. Yes. But here's the thing, though. Michi was groomed and guided to this. Now, you could say the same argument for Mitsuki, but let us face back here. It's kind of like, okay, you got away from it, you conquered it, but then you willingly
came back to it.
You willingly went back. Not that the voices kept talking to you, not like the mechanical arms connected to the scientists were like just clicking and then just giving you like, what? Wait, the mechanical arms are talking to you? They're sentient? I thought Otto Octavius was just nuts. No, he is, but we're doing this because that he's not really a bad guy, but it's actually the machine that's the bad.
See, you know what I appreciate about the Spider-Man video game, which I have recently been replaying, is the fact that, it's like the chip is actually like alters your neural circuitry, where like certain aspects of your head become like exacerbated, and also it's revealed it's like, oh, I've always wanted to kill Osborn, but I never had the means to.
It pretty much amplified your mental state, as in like, you know, like they always say.
And I've always known you were Spider-Man. I only pretended that like, oh yeah, no, you just make us tag. You know, it's like,
yeah. It's pretty much that whole thing about like, yeah, they always say beware the quiet ones because one day they'll snap. Well, this was that reason. It's because pretty much this amplified their brain and expanding from the normal 4 limbs that we control to another extra 4, which expanded. Like, it's kind of like you have no filter. That's pretty much what happened. Your filter was removed and now everything comes out. So you're pretty much a drunk without the alcohol. You're an asshole without the inhibitions. That's pretty much what happened. And that's the thing here with Mitsuki, is that for some reason, again, we're not getting any voices, no Spider, no. He himself just purposely decided to say, fuck you, Tachibana, fuck you, Ken, and more so, fuck you, Chalice. Like, fuck you, like, fuck you, Ichiro. Like, no, seriously. Like, so how did this come about, Mitsuki? Did you just, like, one day woke up and decide, I'm going to put my big boy shoes on and be the be the R-rated version of the Super Sentai that everyone believes Kamen Rider should be or is.
Ugh.
That's actually an argument that's been going around recently on social media, because they're like, oh yes, Sentai's gone, blah blah. Well, while the true ones are actually being real, like a lot of the tourists, I guess we could say, are like, good riddance. We don't need kid shows. We got.
Oh jeez, it's like it's like when the Sentai purists were ragging on Power Rangers because like Power Rangers for kids, Super Sentai is for adults. Which, by the way, I'll say it again. I don't know where that little kid from 12 years ago is, but I hope you're living your best life. But I digress. Freaking like it's like, oh, now you're just moving the goalposts. Super Sentai's for kids. It's all about Kamen Rider. Watch when Kamen Rider gets canceled. You'd be like, Kid Thon's for adults, Kamen Rider's for babies.
Look, good luck with that. But I'll say this: I'm like, bro, at any time, and we have already reviewed several shows that I have said, like, you know, this could have been darker than it could have, and material wise, yes, could have been. But again, you're comparing a show that is for everyone, and comparing it to a PG-13, which is as hard as the writers will ever go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no. I mean, I have my favorites. May not compare with yours. You might say that this one was a lot more adult, and I'm like, I don't see that one being more adult. And I've actually watched the show like with no tinted glasses on, with my own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, no, how was that edgy? How was that edgy? How was that more adult? Or is it the fact that, you know, again, we have said it even in our Tojima reviews that idol models, whatever, are an essential part of the show. That doesn't mean the show is a edgy or adult. It just is. And if you want to go at that, Sentai was doing that years before the Kamen Riders of the Heisei era even came back. I can give you 3 examples pre-Kamen Rider Heisei of them doing that. And yet what and I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess Mitsuki could fall under the stereotype of an edgy or more adult Kamen Rider, but really, in all honesty, let's be honest, Mitsuki falls under the fool right now, because there's really no reason, especially Tachibana knows.
Mm-hmm.
We know. Ken will know, but Mitsuki don't even know who his daddy is, and yet he claims to know. You know nothing, Mitsuki.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
You know nothing. You're just like Scotty.
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me. Yeah, you know how it goes. We made that joke with Takatora, but but you know, like if you're wondering what we're talking about, we're here to discuss Kamen Rider Braid episode 31 through 34, and yes, all that glitters is gold in this episode, because we get a 10. A king, a joker, and an evolution.
Yeah, we finally get something here.
Yeah, and the season finally gets dark and edgy. Not that if you think about death, you die for real.
You know, it also, I mean, again, we left off on a tonal shift that's like, our dear Mantis boy Chalice was being pursued, and like a Prince and the Pauper type of situation. And then we come back to, oh yeah, that's right, we did take a break. Now it's like, yeah, you remember episode, like, what was it? 28, 20, 27, when we were like literally nearly like on the verge of death and things were just getting bad to worse. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't forgotten that. Because now, this Kamen Rider Blade came out in 2004. So let us be honest for those, and let us go back to the 2004s. CDs were all the rage.
And flip
The
phones.
phones were the base. And again, I think only in Japan at this time, maybe in America, Sprint had the first ever colored flip phone. It was a silver flip phone.
Yep.
In color. Most phones were like that greenish color that was like the black.
The black and green one, yes.
Yeah,
I call it Game Boy green.
Yeah, the Nokia block and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, Japan loves their flip phones.
I was there a couple years ago, and still to this day, you find people with flip phones.
Mm-hmm.
While most Americans are like, just like, and it's like, wait, what do you mean you're still using it? Yeah, in America, we're like, ew, flip phones, ew. Well, not anymore, because the Razor came back, and how many people's wife be with flip phones?
Oh yeah, I remember the one thing I did more than anything else on the Razor was play Tetris.
Yeah, so amazing phone, amazing design. Not to mention, I'm like, now your phone is double its size. So take that for what you will.
Yeah.
So 2004, the internet was still just a bitty baby. Not as we know it today. But there were such things as social boards or media boards. There was no social media. There was no
LOL, like AOL.aim.
Yeah, there was no Facebook. There was no Instagram. There was no TikTok. There was none of that. There wasn't even a MySpace. Actually, no, there was.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, 2004, there was a MySpace. 2004 was when Facebook came out.
Yeah, but Facebook isn't what it was.
No. Back then, Facebook was a lot more primitive. Like, it literally started off as what Tinder is right now, where it's like, swipe left if you think this person's hot, swipe right if you think they're hot, swipe left if you think they're not.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But social media, the primitive way of social media did exist, which were message boards. And the only way you knew was because if you had like friends, was because of their screen names. There were no photos. There were, it was very primitive back then.
Yeah. Hence the whole Yuka versus Osada thing.
Yeah. So at that time, you would think the Me Too movement would not be a thing. And technically it wasn't. But it foreshadowed in this episode.
More specifically, it foreshadowed doxing.
It foreshadowed doxing. It foreshadowed cancel culture. It foreshadowed so much, because we are getting the Me Too episodes with these. We are having it's not a rider. It's another undead who just happens to use the power of social media to literally slander the Kamen Riders. You sure this isn't Twitter?
Libel. Slander's verbal. Writing is libel.
Episode 31 of Kamen Rider Blade. The 53rd being. While terrorizing people, the angle is photographed by King. There's actually two undead, one real, one not. Let's see what are here. Apparently one of the kings here has created a website to slander the Kamen Riders, and everyone seeks out and everyone is trying to seek him out.
Yeah, like at first he's harassing some couple, and then the guy runs off and gets hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Sorry, Truck-kun. No isekai for you, buddy.
So apparently in this episode, we also discover Hajime's true identity, which I'm like, didn't we know that already 10 episodes ago?
Yeah, freaking Shima brought it up.
Yeah. So pretty much, yeah, the episode goes about as that. We're pretty much. Wait, what happened here? Oh, so yeah, we're using the whole tactics of hiding behind a keyboard to attack our enemies. Again,
Oh, hell no!
seems like a basic bitch move in today's society. Like, you got something to say, man, you say it to my face. As opposed to back then, that was considered genius because you could be anonymous because there were no photos, there was no internet footprint that you left behind. You could have used multiple usernames to like vocalize your point, which many people did. Before bots, people actually created multiple accounts to verify and to solidify a rumor. It was a lot of hard work, but it paid off. So yes, what we have a king here.
Yep.
Who is he?
Someone who basically he's the precursor to Ankh. It's like we live in a different time. We need to learn from
Don't
it.
you disrespect Best Bird Husbando.
I would never. Because Best Bird Husbando used his understanding of human technology for good, while this guy used it for doxing purposes. Oh yeah, and also freaking Mitsuki gets freaking gets stopped by a police officer for speeding, and it's like, I swear, like he's lucky he's not in America because I'm gonna need to see some ID, and he pulls out his rider belt and like takes the time to like put his card into his belt, and it's like open up. But the thing is, here in America, it'll be like the moment you pull it out, it's like, good.
Yeah.
Like Mitsuki would not have the time to even like put the card into the belt.
Which is kind of weird because I'm like, Mitsuki, that's what blew me away. I'm like, Mitsuki, what provoked this? Why did you do that? There was no reason. He's just like, you guys are annoying me. It's such a drag. I'm like, okay, Mr. Cool Guy, what the fuck? I mean, you're literally, you know what you're doing? You're literally pulling a Ken Takakura right now. Yes, I watched Dan. I think any Toko fan would watch Dan because it's literally a mixture of everything I know and love mixed into one show. If you don't see the Ultraman references or the Sentai or the Kamen Rider references in that show, then open your eyes, people. Sexy Space Girl was not in a dinosaur outfit. I can even pull up the chapter. She was in a Gamora suit. Yeah. But because of copyright and trademark, it isn't. But we should still run like it is, Gamora. But it's not. Anyway. Yeah, Mitsuki, don't be an awkward guy. And if you're gonna die, go ahead and die somewhere, you piece of shit. Yeah, I don't understand why Mitsuki. Again, what happened? Also, we got a new opening for this show.
Yep, Elements by Rider Chips. They might sound familiar because they did a song for the previous season.
Yeah, that was Fies.
Yeah, Fies.
Yeah. Well, Rider Chips has also done they have an album out that is, I think, every single Kamen Rider opening.
Like sometime during Gaim era, they released like all the first the first 15 seasons openings for the Heisei era, and some of the show ones too. I have their Dragon Road song. It's the only version of Dragon Road I have because I actually have the album. But yeah, Dengeki's on the Nempu. Dengeki's on the Nempu. Dragon Road Watawase. Dragon Road Watawase. But yeah, no, it's.
I mean, I don't know. I listened to it and I even have heard it before.
Yeah.
That's because I was kind of confused because I'm like, wait a minute. I remember the one that I've always been told is the original Blade opening, and then there's another one. So I'm like, so wait, they did a Go Buster? They changed the intro way.
Yeah, out of the entire Heisei era, only 2 seasons actually had more than one opening, and that's Blade and Hibiki. I don't know why they started doing that during Blade or why they stopped after Hibiki, but yeah.
I mean, Hibiki's first intro.
I don't hate Hibiki.
No, neither do I. But it's like you know that this originally was not a Kamen Rider show. You can totally tell.
No, but I have to say, like, I like the second verse of Kagayaki. You know, it's pretty good. Like, but yes. So previously, Rider Chips did the song insert song "People with No Names" with MCAT. So it goes like "People with No Names." Na 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 na. But yeah, now they're like they've been upgraded to what's it called? They've been upgraded to actual opening status. Yeah,
which again I say this opening, no joke, seriously does like it doesn't sound like an opening to me. It sounds like an insert like a battle theme music that should be played like in the show, not the opening.
Rider Chips say earlier in Blade.
I mean, it's kind of like people have debated, like, especially during this time, you know, because obviously there was Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto, Kiba. Well, you could the one that I see most is that you could take Terraform and put that as Kiba's opening instead of Break the Chain. It's like Terraform sounds like an opening theme song as compared more to Break the Chain sounds like an insert song that should be in the show. I say the reverse. It's like, no, the first one actually felt right to me as compared to this one. This one kind of just seemed like an insert battle song that they just like.
I would say visually, this one felt more like an opening.
Visually, yes, but at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, you guys got a budget now compared to like the last one. But here's the thing, though: at the end of every episode, they still play elements. They're not playing Battle Chips' theme song. They're still playing elements. They're still using the girls' theme, which again, it's like,
that's Round Zero.
And again, some people have reached out. It's like, wait a minute, didn't you say, well, yeah, no, no, you're right. Elements was not the first female-led opening. It wasn't.
Well, but it's not a female-led opening to begin with. Blade Brave was.
No, yeah, that's right, Blade Brave.
But it's not. It's also not the first one because. Because what's it called? Alive was also by Rika Matsumoto.
Ryukyu's theme. Yeah. But
the funny thing is, because Rika is a mezzo, I'm like, why does she sound like Alla Pugacheva?
I mean, the thing was that you're taking away, like, you know, I know, like, nowadays, a Kamen Rider theme song can either be a male or female.
Yeah.
But again, back then, like, majority of Kamen Rider themes were performed by guys. It wasn't until the Heisei era was when they finally, like, you know, changed it up. Because again, most Sentai openings are predominantly guys.
The first female-led Sentai opening was Time Ranger. And we wouldn't have another female lead till Potter Ranger. And I say specifically Potter Ranger because it's Lupin Ranger versus Potter Ranger, and the Lupin Ranger song is male while Potter Ranger is female. But the thing is, they have both a combined version and 2 separate versions where it's just one team and versus just the other team. And I've listened to all 3 versions. And I don't think we get another female-led opening after that. I'm like, Ryu Soldier didn't have one.
Nope.
Not Kira Major. Not Zenkaiger. Definitely not Dawn Brothers because that opening was sung by a Gundam.
Not Boom Boonger, not King Olger, not
definitely not Gojuger.
Yeah.
So we only have technically 2 female-led openings.
But yeah, regardless, the opening again, it does seem like you have a budget because now you have all the riders and everything. Yeah. You know, we have a more focus. It's not the stage play. We're not focusing on the camera quality anymore. We're all being very consistent now. All right. So
Kokoro ni tsurugi kagayaku yuki tashika ni tojikomete
is the premise of this episode besides slander on the internet?
Libel.
Because again, it is true. I mean, you got to ask yourself. I mean, it's a question that has been asked all the time. We know that the hero, quote unquote heroes, are doing their job. But what about the liability that they give? You know, like obviously they're gonna fight, and they're gonna cause damage as well. Who's gonna pay for that? What happens if someone gets caught in the crossfires? Who's gonna take care of them? Very, very valid questions.
I love that Futurama actually addresses that.
Which again has been answered by both Marvel and DC. And various others. I'm like, yeah, there's actually like insurance companies and all that stuff that actually that take care of it, mostly predominantly by rich figures such as Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark.
And Vanessa Hudgens is part of like a company where they make anti-super technology.
Yeah. So yeah, and of course this is the early 2000s, so the Incredibles wouldn't be a thing yet. To touch on that.
I think it was the same year.
But later on, though. Yeah. So yeah, someone is slandering and well, our only girl in this show, Shiori, tells the Kamen Riders like, yeah, you guys are getting trolled on the internet. What's
trolling?
What's the internet? It's that thing that I work off of, guys. Oh. So what? Yeah, some random people are talking shit about you guys and saying like you guys are a minute, but we're the ones that save people. Yeah, well, some people see it that way, others don't. Mainly this guy here, I don't know who. Looks like Toko Loverboy 6212 is like really slandering you guys like really hard. Like, and no joke. Ken decides to go out and find this kid. Ken. Unless you got an IP tracker, which sure as hell did not exist back then in the day, how are you going to find this guy?
How indeed.
Plot relevance.
I love how they have a whole montage of like searching from internet cafe to internet cafe, just trying to find the guy.
Just trying to find the dude who's hating. I don't like Heisei Kamen Rider. Showa was the best. Yeah, whatever.
You youngsters with your gimmick toys, we had to actually jump and kick and punch.
Yeah, what the hell? What the hell, Ken? You have to collect 3 cards just to do a rider kick. Like it's not rocket science. Like it's literally gravity.
You lift up your leg. You twist the other leg back, and then you snap the leg that's lifted up, then you fold it back, and then touch back to the ground.
Yeah.
It's that simple. 3 steps.
3 steps, Ken. But you need 3 cards to activate it. What next? The chop motion? That's all gravity. My dementia-ridden grandmother, kid. Like, literally, gravity does all the work.
Even like America's like Curses! A card game is preventing me from simply lowering my arm.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. Anyway, Hajime is not being forcibly married today.
Thankfully.
Hajime is mainly the main focus of these episodes because we're finally tapping into, yeah, he is the Joker undead. Or that's his suit title. He is actually something else. And if you say, and if you want, and if you're gonna make a reference, please, 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 for the love of God and for the love of the Teen Titans, we do not acknowledge Jared Leto here.
No.
Also, if it's true that he's gonna be Skeletor in the new He-Man movie, please no. Please no. He already killed like 3 other franchises. What the fuck are we doing? Oh, Jared Leto just wants to be the nerdy guy. Like he is the nerdy guy. Who said? Give me the role.
The only good role he played was
it.
Angel Face from that one movie we don't talk about.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. Anyway, so yeah. Hajime is Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know too much about what goes on here because as of right now, Hajime has, again, like we last left off, he's been kind of avoiding everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that whole thing with the Taiyaki thing, that was just unofficial. That was official filler till we got to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as it's concerned to us, Hajime is actually now being hunted, not just by the king, but apparently the king has another undead with him. But also there is this mysterious kind of BDSM pig face so and so that just happened to appear.
Hey, you know, I just remembered. Do you remember Bored?
What about Bored?
Remember how it actually existed at one point?
Yeah, and they just went away.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Why? What happened?
Brought him back.
Yeah, because apparently this pig-faced BDSM-looking motherfucker is associated with Bored. So you're telling me that the company who created the Ava units decided to make mass-produced Ava units now because the Ava units are unreliable. Well, someone was a fan of Hideki Anno.
You know what else? I feel like at least one of these trial dudes was a reused costume from that one Orphanoch from Fies. You know, the one that was supposed to absorb Yuka and whatnot.
Yeah. It did look familiar, didn't it? It really did. I was like, well, you know, you got to save money somewhere. But the fact that this is a BDSM looking pig guy, I'm just like, well, you know what? Board is only like relegated now to like maybe 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so designs and resources be damned, but we're still making mass-produced Kamen Riders now. But they're not really Kamen Riders. They resemble the Goma from Die Ranger more than they do Kamen Rider. But still under the same premise because Ken actually fights one by mistake after fighting the king and his subordinate, mistaking it for the undead for it to be not the undead. Again, this thing never said it was an undead, nor did it say originally it came to take on the king. It came here and it just attacked. So it's like not Hajime. Ken is kind of like shocked and surprised. I'm like, wait, what? It's like, yeah, this thing isn't an undead. Then what is it? It's basically your replacement. You guys are expendable. Although when
Kenzaki is too dangerous.
Yeah,
for
also
some reason.
Kenzaki is too dangerous, and Tachibana is too much of a chicken shit, even though he's slowly working on it.
Mhm.
Although it was actually cool that when we did actually see this thing for the first time, he did actually look behind. He was actually in the shadows watching them like menacingly.
Mm-hmm. Very, very menacingly.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Yeah, seriously, look at this thing. It looks like a pissed off pig.
Mm-hmm.
Like who? Like did like no joke. I'm like, what? Who's shitting your slop?
Mm-hmm.
Did Miss Piggy not return your call?
Mm-hmm.
She's only into frogs, dude. Anyway,
Looks like a zombie cyborg version of Harley Quinn because he's got red and black.
yeah, he's got the red and black, but again, his face looks like a pig's face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because again, we don't know where this thing came from. All we know is that it was deployed. Okay. Next episode, The Destroyer Secret, episode 32. Let's see. Garen arrives to help Blade to fight the undead. He tells
So he tries to like seal trial a D, but it doesn't seal.
Doesn't work because why? He ain't an undead. He's not anything. He's just a thing. That's not. You can't throw a Pokeball at a non-Pokemon. It's not going to work. So what is this thing? Well, Ken doesn't know, but apparently Tachibana has an idea. Let's see. The king holds Hajime and forces him to transform into Joker, which obviously he escapes. And Tachibana actually meets up with the president, who we haven't seen in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the president has explained to Tachibana what is going on, and also that the undead that they are battling is called the king and is the scarab undead. So now it falls under it falls under Tachibana and Ken to fight the scarab, which it looks more like a Hercules beetle to me than a scarab.
Well, the time-stopping one's a scarab.
Okay, so
the king is a Caucasus beetle.
Oh, okay. So, yes, boys, you guys have been replaced by mass-produced inferior bird-like entities that literally will devour you if you even dare cross it. And yeah, you can't really do much about it because there's only the one, but it's still more superior than all of you guys.
Yeah. And also Caucasus has basically an Aegis shield. Where like he's basically untouchable. He even swats
he is
Kenzaki out of the way with the sword.
He's pretty much he's pretty much the nemesis from Resident Evil. Like just dropped, and when he shows up, like they start shooting the hell out of him, and it's just like, bro, you're shooting at a wall. The only thing we're missing is this thing breathing heavily and is saying stars. That's the only thing we're missing.
And because he has a golden entity standing right next to him that can stop time, he's basically Dio.
Yeah. Because the scarab apparently can stop time, and the king is able to access this. Because apparently the king went to his local card shop and bought a starter deck. So is the king just in control of him, or is there something more to him? You know? Because that is the question. If this thing can stop time, what prevents him from rebelling against the king or rebelling against our internet troll here?
Well, apparently the king had some kind of white cloth that while he's wearing it, he is in the frozen time with the Scarab.
Yeah, because he is easily able to move himself in that situation.
You know, in Beast Wars, Megatron was able to control Rampage because
Well, that's because he had part of his spark.
Yeah, he had his spark removed, and it's like he's squeezing down on it. Should he like go out of line?
Yeah. So it's kind of like, yeah. So what stops the king? So far, I haven't seen anything that makes him like, other than just the fact that the time magic doesn't affect him. Who knows? Anyway, kind of crazy how the
Mitsuki
king
shows up.
Oh my god! So yeah,
he's basically dressed up like Tachibana from the first opening.
Again, what is up with these young kids like trying to act like they're so cool? Like, okay, you're fucking 16, 17, 18 years old, and you basically took a page from like your older brother or your cool uncle. And it's like, you see, the reason how we got to this point in our lives in terms of style, the way we think, the way we look, the way what we believe, and how we presume ourselves is because we went through our own journey to do it. Like I've said multiple times reviewing these shows, I didn't pick the thug life.
The thug life picked me.
And again, this is a rough life because you imagine watching all these damn shows. You think it's so easy. It's not. The weeb life is just as cutthroat as the thug life, man, especially more so now. If you ain't hustling and bringing in the numbers, then you ain't shit. Even so, there are other ways to survive here. It ain't just the cutthroats. Anyway, so yeah, our boy Hajime escapes from the king and tries to get out, only to run into Mitsuki, who is copying every single adult that he has ever known. See, Michi, at least, he didn't try to copy Takatora. He just took the mantle of what he presumed Takatora is.
Uh-huh.
He didn't start wearing his clothes. He didn't start combing his hair the way Tori did, or say, "No, call me Takatora." No. Michi was Michi. Just like you're wearing your dad's suit, kind of thing. It's kind of cute in a way. As for Michi over here, he's basically like the kid who like stole his dad's aftershave and pulled a Macaulay Culkin, but now he's trying to act like a badass. I'm like, Mitsuki, you still wear Spider-Man pajamas to bed. Don't act like you're some badass. Don't act like you're some badass, Mitsuki. Yeah, because he actually confronts, and I don't know how this kid knows this, but apparently he like confronts Hajime and starts to beat the crap out of him, saying that you're not one of us, you're not human. You're like, how do you know this? Who told you? I don't recall you even like knowing this information. I don't recall any episode where you were there, or if you were even like, because yeah, you might have been there, but you were struggling with your own psychological problems. Or like, so wait, you were fighting demons, but you were also eavesdropping on our conversation about Hajime.
So, in other words,
he's just standing there, menacingly.
Oh, Mitsuki wishes I would say he was standing there menacingly. He is more like, you know what it is, Mitsuki, and maybe we should do this. Like, maybe we should get this clip. Is the Doodle Bob where SpongeBob erases Doodle Bob, like very like, and he's like just screaming like, "I am destroyer of evil." Calm down. It's just a drawing. Yeah. There's so many moments with Mitsuki that I'm like, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, Mitsuki. And so many other characters. I'm like, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
I killed a grunt. I killed a shocker grunt. So did these guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So did this elderly old man who not only taught the Kamen Rider, but also Ultraman. and smokes a pack of cigarettes a day. It's not a flex. Even a little boy killed a shocker grunt.
It never really crossed my mind how often he brings it up.
Oh,
But I was like rewatching Game of Thrones last year, all the way through, and Sam would just not shut up about how he killed a Sven. It's like, okay, but like, is that really your biggest feat? Because I remember you killed like 2 White Walkers way before you've done that.
yeah, no, Mitsuki's around that same thing. Like, Mitsuki hasn't really beaten an undead. He hasn't really, I mean, he has fought against them, but instead that he actually.
He beat 1 undead.
Yeah, one.
The mole one.
And that's his flex. When everyone else over here has already got like at least 12 under their belts.
Mm-hmm.
What are you flexing about, dude? What are you flexing about? Good for you. Good for you, kid. But it's like, I'm like, yeah, just like Han Solo told the Han, yeah, don't get penisy. It's freaking A. But
here it is. Here it is. Sam killing a White Walker and Nathan. Don killing a White General using a Valerian sword. And then it's Arya killing the Night King. It's like, ugh. And then it's like Theon killing like 50 White Walkers while protecting a paraplegic payload. It's like, no one cares.
No one cares. Yeah, Mitsuki, no one cares. And I don't know how you found this out. I don't know how you know this or what proof you have. I mean, we as an audience, we know, but it's like apparently we're supposed to have sympathy for Hajime, which kind of we do. Except pull back the tsundere bullshit, Hajime. Seriously, pull it back. Yeah, but then Ken decides to run interference. And again, Mitsuki is like, okay, Mitsuki, I want to know what are you gonna do? What's your reaction here, Mitsuki? What are you gonna do? Because as far as I know, you were cool with Tachibana, with Ken, and everyone else. What are you gonna do? No, he starts literally cussing out Ken and telling him what Ken already knows. You are repeating what is common knowledge to the main character. And yet you're surprised that, again, Ken is the hero that we do not need, but we deserve. Because, yeah, you're right. He is an undead, but Ken doesn't see it the way like everyone else does. Because Hajime hasn't really given a reason to, like, why can't we trust him? It's the same thing that happened with X. Same thing happened with Ichigo and also many other Kamen Riders where, like, there are sometimes the bad guy ain't the bad guy. It just happens to be a victim of circumstance. And yet they give them the chance to redeem themselves. But apparently Mitsuki takes it as like a huge middle finger because Ken takes Hajime and they drive off. And you just see Mitsuki there with this one long dangling earring. Where did you get that?
And why did you get that?
And I mean, I'm not saying that, it doesn't look good on you, but the fact that you're being a total Giga Chad right now, and especially cosplaying as Neo from the Matrix, that doesn't work, man. That don't work. You can't.
You say Giga Chad, but it seems you mispronounced the word Terratool.
You like literally like you can't be flexing and like being the alpha male while wearing no disrespect, I love her, but an Iron Mouse t-shirt. Mm-hmm. I love you, Mousy. I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think you are, me? What the fuck? I can only get away with that. But anyway, so we drive off, and apparently Ken decides to drop a deep, dark secret to Hajime, which has nothing to do with anything that we're involved with.
I still think about the girl I had a crush on in the first grade.
First grade, and you're like 23.
It's like I want to tell her, I wanted to ask her out to the first grade dance, and I never got to. And it still haunts me to this very day.
Ken, do you need to hug it out? Do you need to talk to someone?
Yes, yes.
I think so. I think Ken needs to talk to someone.
Yeah.
But he's like, but of course, Hajime's like, that's so stupid. Hey, I told you a deep, dark secret of mine. You tell me yours. Look,
Okay.
admitting like you had a crush and it's unrequited is nothing compared to, so supposedly you're the end game.
Yeah.
You're the Omega, not the Alpha, not the Gamma, not the Beta. You are the Omega. If in the likely case that nothing, or if like you are pretty much the thing that kills everything.
Yeah. So basically, Joker Undead has the ability, and only he has the ability to transform into any of the other 52 undead so long as they are sealed. And we've seen that with the whole Chalice versus Eagle thing, that like he originally Chalice was the ace undead, but apparently Joker sealed him away, and so now he could use the Chalice card to turn into Chalice, which is what he has been doing. But but Tachibana noticed something else. He also uses a card to turn back into a human.
So there was that scene where we saw Hajime and Chalice like laying in a riverbed, like a battle hazard. Are you telling me that the man that was in the water, that was the original ace? That was the original Chalice? Or was that Hajime?
No, like I said, Joker sealed Chalice away first. Then he turned into Chalice.
Uh-huh.
Then he meets the human undead,
which looks like him,
which looks like Hajime.
Yes,
and it just so happens that the human undead was the one who won the previous battle.
Yes,
and then the human undead is like, silly Joker, you'll never understand why humans are so great, but I'll give you a chance to understand. So he lets himself get sealed so that Joker could experience being human.
That's why Hajime has been such a dork this whole series. And he probably has been for the last 10,000 years. He doesn't understand people. He doesn't understand why humans and even I don't understand. Like, how is it possible that whatever the circumstances may be in a Kamen Rider show, whether it be the undead, the orphanax, the invis, the gears, worms, phantoms, greeds, all these entities, all these creatures that have claws and talons and can fly and like have the ability to conjure the elements from their bodies, or if you're a genetically altered Nazi, be equipped with the flamethrower, even though the aesthetic doesn't fit. It's like, how is it possible that human beings, these hairless apes that are so shallow and so pedantic, that their brains are so small and so trivial, that they make the smallest little thing blow up into a gigantic situation? They have no claws, they have no fangs, they have no armor. They are just flesh and blood. That's it. And if you are bigger, then you're made fun of. You're ridiculed. If you're smaller, you're made fun of. If you're not the perfect shape.
And if everyone was an identical gray blob, some gray blobs are more preferable over others.
How is it possible? that human beings have existed for so long, or even at the top of the food chain, when in actuality, bro, cross paths with a bear, cross paths with a moose, and see who comes out
Or a
unscathed.
hippo.
Or a hippo. I dare you. I dare you. You think, oh, hell, you know what I'll do? You know what I'll do? I will go and get a cheetah. Now, you might think, cheetahs are more ambush predators. They're not physical attackers, but even with what they got, cheetahs are just oversized house cats. But they still have the power to kill you. The question is, how indeed has humanity, how like that these hairless apes, have survived for so long and are the dominant species. Even in their own societies, they look at each other like, I'm better than you, when in all honesty, how? That's a very good question. I think we all have had those questions in our mind.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this person of power and this, but look at this fat slob. Look at that. Look, she looks like she's dying. She's so thin. It's like, bro, a breeze could kill her. But apparently she's desirable and in power. He is I think the best one that hit was the Ant King Meruem when he said,
Yes.
how is it possible that this fat oafish slob is called king? He has no power. He has nothing, but he demands that I bow to him. What makes him think that I will do it? And then after he kills everyone, before he slaughters the
Concubines.
he literally says, do you care if chickens, cows, pigs also have feelings and care? Do you care when they are served on your plate? Do you not believe that they were not crying and fearing for their lives when they were sent to slaughter? You are no different.
It's crazy that Meruem is not a vegan.
Meruem was possibly the most human character ever to be put to page, and that is thankfully to Togashi Sensei.
Yeah,
because it's like it's very true. It's very true. It's like, wait a minute. Easily, a hawk could take out someone right now. Even like a small one could easily do damage, and irreprehensible damage. But it's like, for some reason, people are on the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
And has Hajime figured it out?
Yeah, the interesting thing, and also what's also interesting is how like one of my most favorite JoJo characters is actually Foo Fighter. And it's crazy because what really appeals to me about JoJo is it's a love letter to humanism. Like, it celebrates everything about being human. Science, art, music, food, adventure. Like, it's beautiful to me. And the thing is, like, what character exemplifies a strong understanding of this is a colony of plankton with a hive mind. And even in her dying moments, when Jolene, it's like, I'll get your desk back, I promise. She's like, no. If you get the disc back, it'll be a different Foo Fighter. Won't be the same. I am the me that is here and now. Once I die, I'm gone. It's like, that is human.
That is
in its essence. And one thing I adore about canines is how much they try to be closer to humans, how they try to emulate human behavior, emulate human customs, and they don't even have a full understanding why.
Well, that's even the thing that, like, it's one of those things that, like, bro, there are times that people, even groups of people, seem more like animals than the animals would.
Oh yeah, no, like one thing that really upsets me is that there are people in the world out there who waste their sapience on stupid things like prejudice. Like you are gifted with like the most amazing ability. Again, it's not a big ability. It's like if all animal abilities were a deck of cards, it would just be the two of hearts. But it's what you do with that ability that makes your life as a human worth living, and you're just not using it, period. Meanwhile, you have other animals that would die and kill to have that ability.
The thing is that people would rather blame someone for their lifestyles or their prejudices or their struggles instead of looking at themselves and wondering,
Oh,
how
absolutely.
do I get out of this situation? How do I better myself? Or how do I find a zen place to become or to live a more cheerful, better life without the worry about this? Because if you constantly keep putting yourself in those situations, or even like acknowledging, oh, what if we don't? Again, as I said, it's just simple. Stop talking about it. Stop bringing it up. You know, but as plain as simple as it can be. You have rational thought, and that's kind of one thing that Hajime has been discovering recently within our timeline of the show. That originally he didn't like Ken, he didn't like Tachibana, he didn't like Shiori, he didn't like anybody.
He was next to indifferent about Amane. Like he only protects her out of a sense of obligation.
Yeah. So pretty much, again, Hajime was pretty much what people are today. I blame society. I blame everyone but me for what the hell has been going on. But it's kind of crazy, though, Hajime, that now you have a group of people that have accepted you and cared about you and are actually being real about it. I mean,
they're outright trying to protect you, even though they know you, of all people, will be the one to bring out the end of days.
Ken literally saved you, and he could have killed you, but he didn't. Because now you're realizing, wait a minute. Yeah, not everyone is bad. Not everyone is out to get you. Not everything is about, us versus them. It's more so like it's just blind prejudice and blind hatred that is separating us. But if finally the smoke clears and you realize, wow, everything is now making sense now. Yeah, so start opening up, Hajime. What did you do? Well, yeah, you guys pretty much got it right. I did seal away the human's ancestor a long time ago, and what this face,
it was his face.
It's a rental. It's a rental. I'm just renting it for right now.
Yeah.
I choose not to go back to that form, because I am literally disgusted with my own face. I know what I am. I know who I am. I know what my purpose is. It's just the fact that I have been living among people for so long, and it's been an enigma. Now I realize what it is.
Yeah, and now you know why I consider Hajime to be a retroactive trans icon.
I don't want. Well, yeah, no, because it's like, there's the battle, the struggles, but then you realize when you finally find that place, it's not a physical place. It's more like a state of mind. And you realize, I'm home, I'm here, and now I get it. I totally understand. Well, better now than never. So you're not mad at me? You're not? No, we kind of already knew, Hajime. We kind of already knew.
Yeah, Shima didn't out you. Like, we just kind of figured it out on our own. This ain't the Judas contract.
We're not mad at you. It's like you'll tell us when you're ready. Although Mitsuki over there is a different story, and
it's kind of a dick.
Again, it's that whole thing. It's like, again, as you said, like a post or a pre-trans icon. It's like,
because it hurts you. Because it hurts you mentally. Because what you were born as hurts you mentally. What you want to become hurts you physically.
It took a lot of guts for you to actually admit that, Hajime. It took a lot to say, and now admit, like, that's not me. That this is who I am. That was me, but now it's not. That's the dead me. That's a term people use, which is fine. But it's like, this is who I am. This is okay. But there's gonna be those that are just like, again, we're cool, we're fine, but apparently idiot boy over here just still doesn't get it. Yeah, like, okay, fine, well, whatever. Again, but then again, he's always been the problem one. He's always been a little slow. So not to say give him some time. No, it'll most likely it'll hit him like ramming into a brick wall, and by that time he'll either be on our side or he'll die. So.
Yeah. So, what's it called? But yeah, after we have this beautiful heart-to-heart, the plaza is attacked by King and Ten. So Kenzaki tries to fight both of them off while Hajime stands back and does what he always does.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
In order to figure out what's really going on, he figures out it's like, okay, so that cloth that the king is wearing is keeping him in stop time. And then so he manages to procure it for Kenzaki. So now Kenzaki can fight to the 10 while time is frozen and does manage to steal him away, no problem.
Yeah, that was kind of
fast.
Yeah, like
clever, but fast.
We had hyped it all up to like da, 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 but it's like that's all you guys needed to do? Really? Okay. Mm-hmm. So what happens next?
Then after we defeat him, like Kenzaki affirms, like, see, Hajime, we're best buds. And if we work together, we can do anything. And the only thing, I am glad that these belts are DNA locked, because it would really suck if Mitsuki would just somehow steal the Blade Rouser in order to become a fake blade, beat up Hajime so that Hajime would think Kenzaki's trying to kill me. And then when Hajime tries to confront him about it, Kenzaki does not bring up. It's like, what are you talking about? I never attacked you.
And then they do that in Fives.
Yes, they did. I'm glad that they didn't do that, but they do get attacked though.
Mm-hmm.
By Tachibana.
Yeah, Tachibana comes on in and is shooting up the place because, he had a little chit chat with the president, and the president kind of laid on to him what exactly the undead are and what he's been doing, like why the rider system came into being and why. So wait, if the rider system is this and that, how come, and why are you creating mass-produced units now to do this? It's because you guys are not efficient enough. So we must now mass-produce these pig-looking things to go out and do the job. But also the fact is that I don't think you all are ready to hear what I need to tell you. Which is there are not 52 cards, there are 53.
What?
Yeah, we kind of knew that. What else isn't it? If the fact that the Joker is in play, which again, depending on the card game you're playing, why do you think they say Jokers are wild?
Because the Joker could represent any card.
If the Joker is running around and not being taken care of as we speak, then pretty much mankind itself is screwed. Because again, the Joker already sealed away the human part. Mm-hmm. So wait.
Humanity's screwed no matter what.
Well, humanity's screwed either way, but what does that mean? What is that like? Well, again, weren't the undead like accidentally unleashed? Weren't they accidentally set loose? That's what you said. No, they were not. Wait, what? Excuse me, what? Yeah, it turns out that you know what happened 10,000 years ago? It's happening again. It kind of it's kind of like Rob Schneider and I pronounce you Chuck and Larry. It's like a circle. It never.
It's like a square where
it
always comes back.
It just come all the way around. It forever a thing. And it's like, yeah. So what happened 10,000 years ago? Yeah. Today, right now, is exactly 10,000 years, which means the Tournament of Power is again happening.
We have to decide our century undead.
Wait. Are you telling me we've been in a tournament arc this whole time? Yeah.
Yes, this whole season was a tournament arc. And even though I will never deny that the Dark Tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho is the best tournament arc there ever was in anime history, I'm not a fan of tournament arcs.
Yeah, that I'm like, you know, that was kind of weird. I kind of had that suspicion in since we started this show that I'm like, yeah, let me guess. You know, they said they accidentally have come back. Accidentally. How is that accidental? When you're saying, like, again, 10,000 years ago, 10,000 years, nice round number, 10,000 years. So
at least Sasuke and Saizo accidentally released the yokai because one of them actually tripped and touched the door.
It wasn't the fact that they were let loose. It was the fact that, no, this was the year that again, it was gonna happen. So you're telling me that evolution and science and all that crap doesn't really, our existence and the reason why we're on top of the food chain is basically because...
Yeah, because Two of Hearts beat the Joker.
Yeah, and you're telling
and then like a douche nozzle, he decided to forfeit willingly to the same opponent.
And now you're telling me that this has all been going on, but you guys have been making it seem like it was an accident, but now the entire human race could be on the verge of extinction if we lose.
Yeah.
This is
why to a certain degree I consider the Two of Hearts to be the real villain of the show. Because let's be honest, I don't know how he sealed Joker away the first time, but he very well could have again. But it said he willingly surrendered, knowing humanity would be screwed in the process. Oh, I mean, technically there is a loophole out of this, but we'll discuss it way later.
Yeah, because that leads into the third of the targeted Kenzaki. Pretty much Blade and Garen fight each other over this information that they just been spewed. Shiori's father tries to contact Tachibana. We also have an encounter with King, and he learns about Hajime and his cards and prevents the transformation into the Joker. And then he winds up getting defeated later on by Trial D. So...
Not much happens. Basically, King is like trying to confiscate all of the heart cards in order to prevent. Basically, he wants to do what Pegasus did to Yugi in Duelist Kingdom, where it's like the fewer cards you have, the fewer different things you could turn into, and eventually you will have to revert back to Joker. And apparently, he cannot be sealed unless he's in his true form. Kind of like how in Ninja Storm, it's like, Zerkay, don't you know? You have to destroy the Power Rangers while they're morphing in order to destroy their powers.
Yeah. So, again, title episode, The Targeted Kenzaki. Ken is not only getting attacked by Tachibana, but by our pig-nosed
Trial D, sorry.
Along with everything else. Everything is coming out Ken at this point. Hajime is still trying to recover because he did get, beaten thoroughly. There is a small little antidote with him and Amane, which really doesn't go anywhere. Really, the relationship between Amane and Hajime has just been like you're babysitting, pretty much. As opposed to what else is going on. Well, apparently Mitsuki doesn't really show up here much, which is a good thing.
Yeah. See, I told you, you're going to hate Mitsuki for the next 12 episodes.
And we're just basically focusing on Shiori and Kotaro along with Ken because, again, this is more of a Ken-focused episode. We are still dealing with the King and our D right now. We do have a confrontation, which kind of surprisingly that the King, the Beetle, actually looks a lot like Kabuto, or looks like another Kabuto. Like, shockingly, he really does look like Kabuto. There is a battle that ensues, and which it took Ken to become his secondary mode to, I think, officially take him out in this episode.
And somehow it still doesn't work.
Yeah, for some reason, you need Ultra Balls to capture this one, dude. Pokeball ain't gonna be strong enough.
Yeah, no.
The capture rate needs to be higher.
Yeah. You need like those beast Ultra Beast balls. Those blue ones in order to capture the UBs.
Yeah.
But and basically the episode ends with Kenzaki, Shiori, and Kotar trying to like drive away from Trial D, and like it hops onto like the roof of their car like it's Michael Myers from Halloween 4.
It kind of reminded me of the T-1000 from T2, minus the giant stabby arms.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking Michael Myers from Halloween 4, but yeah.
I mean, to me, it's like, okay, yeah, wait, why is it chasing after them? Again, you guys are obsolete now. I'm surprised it hasn't tried to kill Tachibana. But you guys are obsolete now. You guys are expandable assets. You guys are not like you're now not just wanted by the enemy, you're also wanted by the state.
Yeah.
You guys are in big trouble, man. Big trouble.
Big trouble.
But again, it's like, but wait a minute. If the president is doing this, then why doesn't he? Again, they're expendable. Maybe the president has a relationship with Tachibana, but not so much Ken, and less with Mitsuki. As for Hajime, again, he is the Joker undead, so pretty much he has to die. So, yeah, you guys are screwed regardless.
Yeah.
What else happened?
Yeah, not much happens in episode 33, other than what we already mentioned.
I mean, Well, no, at the end of the episode, we do get apparently we get Tachibana showing up, but then he says, "I'm not Tachibana, I'm Triple D." So you're telling me that this pig-faced mother has literally taken Tachibana's face now? Like Tachibana's still alive. He's still there. It's just that this thing is now is identity theft just the name of the game in this show?
Basically.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. And that's saying something considering that Kabuto is literally invasion of the body snatchers.
Yeah, especially with the worms. Yeah, I mean, really, watching this episode, it felt like it had a little bit more weight to it, but
Yeah, but then when you think back on it, it's like, what did I just watch?
what exactly happened here? But again, it's the eye of the storm right now. We have gone through the outer layers and through the middle. Now we're in the eye, which is this episode, because again, not much happens. Other than just the continuing cat and mouse between Board and the Kamen Riders.
Yeah.
And apparently what is Hajime's condition, because again, he's been through the ringer not only with the King and the 10, but also now with Mitsuki, and now throwing in Board in there. Like, Hajime is not having a good day today.
No.
So
the only thing that could make things worse is if like something happened to Amane, let's be honest.
Well, again, Amane would be the one to get herself involved. Not that, like they captured her, and no, she would willingly, Anyway, we're on the 34th episode now.
Yay. So basically, how do we defeat an opponent who's always doxing us? Wait, I got an idea. What if we counter doxed him?
Are we literally doing what happened to many of the Me Too and other movements within the aughts and the early 2020s?
Yeah, basically.
Are we playing an Uno reverse card? Mm-hmm. Are we pulling out their past tweets and their past posts?
Mm-hmm.
We saw that you did a certain face, a certain colored palette back when you were a child. That was a Halloween costume, regardless.
Yeah. So one thing that incidentally happened was that a bunch of thugs tried to go after Mitsuki's girlfriend, and it just so happens that King did run interference. So basically, King's just like strolling around minding his own business, and then all of a sudden, everyone's taking photos, and he's like, why is everyone taking photos of me? It's only funny when I do it! Guys, stop! What's going on? And it turns out, Mitsuki's girlfriend's like, hey, I'm looking for this guy in the red shirt. He's saving from a bunch of thugs, and I want to thank him in person. So if you could help me find him, that'd be great.
First and foremost, I forgot Mitsuki even had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, he saves her. Go figure.
Yeah.
But we also do get a scene in which Mitsuki is beating the ever-loving shit out of Hajime. How that happened, I don't know. I thought Hajime was in bed. Apparently not. Because we see Mitsuki beating him like a sack of potatoes. And I'm like, okay, the only reason why you're like landing these punches, Mitsuki, is because Hajime is actually like on letting you right now. Either that, he would have killed you.
Yeah.
We do get that whole thing about Mitsuki's girlfriend bumping into King again.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a sweet or a good interaction between the two, because that kind of like, oh, you're Chalice's, you're Liangle's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who's Lee Angle? I don't know anyone named Lee Angle. Oh no, you do know a Lee Angle. What's his name? Something with an
Mitsuki?
M? Whatever. Either or. You're dating a Kamen Rider. I'm not dating a Kamen Rider. Oh, is that one of those things that your boyfriend hasn't really told you about? He hasn't
Mhm.
told you that he dresses up as a bug themed superhero and goes around causing collateral damage and destroying the infrastructure of our society.
The itsy bitsy spider beat up a police officer.
Yeah, like literally, like social justice warriors that are just trying to get girls' attention. Which I'm like, okay, yeah, let's be honest, man. That's the only reason why they exist. Okay, and that's why they did the things they do. They're trying to impress girls.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's a word I haven't heard in a while.
I have called out many of them, which I'm like, let's just be honest, dude. You wanted to date white girls. Let's just be honest. That's why you're doing this. And I promise you, you ain't getting nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You will not get anywhere, and I will soon hear about your little escapades.
Yeah, that one obligatory guy who goes to the women's history class and says, we should call it women's herstory.
Yeah, or like the ones that are trying to, or like, for our nerdy audience, it's the guy that just happens to be in that was like within the inner circle of girl groups, which tries to be a nice guy, but then secretly it's like I can see it.
He's expecting a quid pro quo
Yeah,
for their
yeah,
niceness.
yeah. Not my fault that you guys put all your care into a hotel under his name, and he could actually remove all of you because none of you are. True story. Not going to get into it, but I actually had to save a few people because of that. Not because I wanted to. I'm like, no. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you don't pay any money or anything like that. But I mean, if you want, there is a fee though. No strings attached, but seriously, you're not gonna get it's not a quid pro quo thing here. Lovely time though. Lovely time we all had. Yeah, no, that seems to be the thing here. Because apparently King offers Mitsuki some of the cards that he has. Does that even matter now?
Not really.
Like, does it even matter? I mean, aren't those even real? I mean, how did you get them? As far as we know, like the card has to be sealed, and I don't know. I mean, we've seen very few undead able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But he just happens to throw them all down to Mitsuki. Like you, like, oh yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing? No, really, what are you doing? Oh well, I'm not more of a fighter. I'm more of a keyboard warrior. Then what was all that with you and Blade an episode or two ago? I had just gotten done listening to this really good podcast from some guy in the Czech Republic. Not gonna drop any names here, but anyway, what else happened?
Yeah, so basically, thanks to the power of reverse doxing, we basically managed to find the King Undead, and yeah, we have our final battle against him, and spoiler alert, he's actually the third king we get to seal. We only see two of them though. But yeah, no, like one of them was already sealed off screen. So after this guy, there's only one king left.
Which king was this one?
I'm sorry?
Which king was this one?
He's the king of spades, duh.
So we have sealed away spades, we have sealed away
clubs and hearts off screen.
So we're just missing diamonds.
Yep.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
Although we will say that Shiori actually surprisingly did do most of the action in this episode.
Oh, she totally did.
She was the one that actually doxed the king and actually got him to come out and everything.
Yeah.
Like, she was the one. I'm like, and that's the thing that I was kind of asking myself. So, what the heck is Shiori? I mean, what are you doing other than being like the Alpha 5 in the command center?
Apparently more than you thought.
Yeah, apparently so. Because I was like, normally we do have our best girls here, but we haven't had that like in the past 2 series. There hasn't been anyone that has earned the title, but today Shiori did. Because it was because of her tech savviness, which is pretty much just basic coding, was able to lure out the king and give us our 1v1 of 2 Hercules beetles going at it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was great to finally see. And it's like, oh, it's towards the end of the episode. Like, obviously, we're just gonna like finish the episode off with this. And yeah, even the king, like, he takes most of Blade's cards. For the most part, he wants to confiscate the cards so that he can just hand them over to Lee Angle, so that by using the clubs, hearts, and spade cards, he hopefully Lee Angle will be able to actually defeat the Joker. Because it's like, yeah, like, he's a threat to everyone. I don't want to get my hands dirty. But of course, being reduced to only one card, the ace card, Kentucky's like, I don't care if I don't have any cards. I'm still gonna kick your ass. He goes like full cool bar, starts punching that shield of his, even though we already established how impervious it is. But it's like, no, I'm not gonna stop. And he manages to take what's called Caucasus's sword and like smash through the shield. So now he has like both his own sword and the other guy's sword, and he starts dual wielding against him. It's like, yes, and yes, and yes, we're still playing Kakusei in the background, and using his own sword, he manages to slice him down the middle, which gives him exactly what needed to just like open up that Ouroboros seal and.
Yeah, he was able to kill the king and seal him away, which winds up being it. But again, leaving us with a few words.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that you got to be careful and not follow the same path as Lee Angle is.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that, King? What exactly do you mean by that?
Meanwhile, the guy from Board with the Tachibana, so he's like, now he has 13 cards. Now it's a perfect opportunity for Trial D to go after him. And of course, Trial D is just standing there menacingly.
He's just standing there menacingly.
And yeah,
Don't you just hate those like random encounters? Honestly, like, what the hell is your beef, man? But yeah, this is, I think this is it right here.
It's like I don't care if I'm going to lose my humanity. I will destroy all of the undead except for Hajime. And he basically uses the Rouse Absorber. It's like Absorption Queen, Evolution King.
Yeah.
And then all 13 cards just like whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Yeah, that
it turns into
this was also a meme that birthed here, because apparently by Japanese viewer standpoints, I guess Ken still kind of gave off a southern drawl when he transformed. Like his screams seemed a little bit off compared to what? I haven't heard Ken like scream at all in this series.
Nope.
But anyway, yeah, we get the final form of Blade in this episode.
Yeah. Blade, king form.
The king form. Yeah.
And he just grabs 5 cards and then like he just immediately drops all of them into his new sword. By the way, beautiful shiny golden armor. It's like it's like spade 10, spade jack, spade queen, spade king, spade ace, royal, straight, flush. And
Yeah,
before he uses
you gotta pull out the royal flush here to do it.
Yeah, and like basically, oh yeah, and one thing that we did not mention is how like in episode 31, yeah, we had the 4th episode of Blade Next Generation, which which we did not discuss the first 3 episodes because we're gonna save that for when we do Missing Ace, and we're gonna do the same thing here. But episode 32, we get random clips from the actual movie. Kind of like that one Kamen Rider Decade trailer that pissed everyone off.
Which one was that one?
Oh, the one where like episode 31 ends with a cliffhanger, and then we get a bunch of random scenes. I was like, wait, there's another decade, and so on and so forth. And then it's like, and then like literally none of those scenes that we saw in that trailer were even in the movie.
Oh yeah, that little debacle. Yeah. Well, isn't that how it is with most movies? Like they show you a trailer and it's like most of what you see isn't even in the film in the first place.
You know, the irony is you could actually like legally speaking, you could actually ask for a refund if you complained that a scene from a trailer did not appear in the movie.
Okay. I think you might have just given a loophole for people to get their money back.
Yeah, but I think because a lot of movie theater, but because I think a lot of movie producers found out about that loophole, they pretty much stopped making scenes that would be in the trailer but not in the movie. Like they probably like made sure of that years ago. But 20 some years ago, like that was an actual thing. Like if a movie trailer had a scene that did not appear in the actual movie, legally you could go to the movie theater and ask for a refund because it's like I already came to this movie for this scene and it did not appear, therefore it's false advertising.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's weird, but it's true.
But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We have come to the conclusion of our review of Kamen Rider Blade 31 through 34. Because we leave off on a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see our king. We get to see the final form of Blade. It's just, and we get to see the cards all get shuffled in. It's just, we don't know what happens until next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Ooh. Why were we trying to shoehorn Mitsuki into this?
Because we just have to have him in the show so we don't forget that he was ever here.
See, it's one thing how to write a character. This is not how you write a character. But again, you're doing a good job portraying that he is a piece of shit. So at least I could say, well, no, the writers actually are doing their job. As you know, let's go with the president and Tachibana. that kind of thing. Like, so wait a minute, if that's the case, then why don't you just like allow these things to help, and then we're all good? Because the more help, the better, right? But you are putting so much more emphasis on this freaking machine to do what you need to do. It's like, also towards the end, it kind of seems like you were happy that Ken got his final upgrade. You do realize that your machine is about to go bam, right?
Yeah.
Or is that the whole point of what you were actually trying to do? Shiori did do something, which is good. In all honesty, the story has been kept consistent. There is no filler. There is no side stories. We do finally get confirmation of who Hajime is compared to what he could be. It's just a matter of like, okay, so what are you gonna do? You're just gonna let the walking plague of death keep walking among us, or are we gonna seal it away? Well, he's my friend, so okay. All right.
He's my best friend in the whole wide world, and I will never let go of him.
Me and him are gonna try and open up a shrimping boat and then make a shrimp company because he knows a lot about
fried shrimp, sauteed shrimp, boiled shrimp, broiled shrimp, baked shrimp, deep fried shrimp, shrimp with lemon, shrimp with garlic, shrimp with jalapeno.
Now I'm hungry for shrimp.
I'm not because I'm allergic, but
anyway, so yeah. In terms of pace and consistency, we actually got a solid 9 this week in these episodes.
Yeah.
We did get some
nice.
payoff. We get some payoff. We get some story. We get some answers. So that's good. So far. We are now more than 30 some odd episodes deep, and we only have another 15 or so more to go.
Yeah. We're 15 episodes. We got 15-ish. No, exactly 15 episodes left. And a Hyper Battle video and a movie. And thankfully, only one movie.
Yep, thank God.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we had something like Deno, where we had to sit through 8 movies, or XA, we have to sit through like God knows how many specials. Yeah. Man, trying to like make the thumbnails for XA, it's gonna be a nightmare. But yeah, no comments tonight. Everyone's out partying because tomorrow's a 3-day weekend. So
that
saves us a little bit of time. Yeah. Sometimes we don't mind having no comments because we know you still watch us. We know you still love us. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoy that extra time off. And yeah, if you want to say hi to us in person, here are following convention dates. We'll be at Robo Toy Fest on May 31st at the Burbank Marriott Convention Center, and Power Morphicon on August 28th through the 30th at the Pasadena Convention Center. We're very excited because we got King Kosugi, we got Mr. and Mrs. Sakamoto, and we got the man, the myth, the legend himself, Alex Harmon, a.k.a. Jaden Shiba. I know us or another TokuTuber who's excited about this.
Crazy how many people are losing their mind over Alex.
Yeah.
Like, say what you will about Samurai. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
He's a cool guy. Yeah. And with that in mind, check out our early content. We got Ultraman Omega, Kamen Rider Blade, Kamen Rider Zets. Tojima Tanzaburo wants to be a Kamen Rider, and starting this Tuesday, we have a brand new series. That's right. To replace Sentai Hero Special, we got the Heavy Metal Hero podcast, starting with our inaugural series, Project Red, Season 1, a Super Space Sheriff Gov Von Infinity. And yeah, no, I'm excited for this and also nervous. So I sang the song "Excited but Nervous." Not to be confused with Zac Efron's song "Nervous but Excited." Will it live up to Super Sentai's departure? Find out on Tuesday. But until next time, we hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos, and check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss all things movies, TV shows, conventions, and much, much more. Tomorrow we will upload our next convention interview featuring a certain doctor who likes to draw reptilian heroes.
Right on.
Right on. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoy this weekend and have a good one. Bye.
Good night, guys.